So hi guys, I'm Remark Dakan Ponce from Xavier University. So I'm here again to explain about inheritance in object-oriented programming with my partner Mark Luis Fernandez, who will code later. I hope you will understand what he's talking about. I hope you will learn some lessons for this. So let's start. So what is inheritance? So inheritance in Java is a mechanism in which one object acquires all the properties and behaviors of a parent object. It is an important object, important part of OOPs. So an inheritance is that you can create new classes that are built upon existing classes. When you inherit from the existing class, you have to reuse methods and fields of the parent class. Moreover, you can add the new methods and fields in your current class also. So next one is an A relationship. So inheritance represents the S and A relationship, which is also known as a parent-child relationship. So let us see how the extends keyword is used to achieve inheritance. So now, based on this example in object-oriented terms, the truths are the example, this first line here. So the animal is superclass of the mammal class, and the animal here, the reptile. So the animal is the superclass of reptile class rather. So mammal and reptile are subclasses of an animal. So the dog is the subclass of both animals and the dog is the subclass of both mammal and animal class. So with the use of the extend keyword, the subclasses will be able to inherit all the properties of the subclass except for the private properties of the superclass. So next one is term use in inheritance. So first we use first is the class, second is subclass and child classes, third one is superclass and parent class, then the last one is reusability. So first, the class. So a class is a group of the object which have common properties. It is a template or blueprint from which objects are created. So next one is subclass and child class. So subclass is a class which inherits the other class. It's also called a derived class, extend class, and child class. So next one is superclass and parent class. So superclass is the class where a subclass inherits the features. It is also called a base class or a parent class. So that's a tip, guys. So last one is reusability. Reusability is a mechanism which facilitates you to reuse the fields and methods of existing class. You have to create a new class, or the methods of the existing class when you create a new class. So you can use the same fields and method already defined in the previous class. So the next one is types of inheritance in Java. So there are different types of inheritance in Java. The first one is the single inheritance. So single inheritance is when a class inherits another class. It is known as single inheritance. So single inheritance and subclasses inherits the features of one superclass. So in this image here, the class A serves a base class for the derived B class. So the A is derived B class. So next one is multi-level inheritance. So So when there is a chain of inheritance, oh, it is known as multi-level inheritance. So in this multi-level inheritance, a derived class will be inheriting a base class, as well as the derived class also act as the base class to another class. So in this image shown here that the class A serve as the base class that derive B class. So which turn serve as the class of the derived class C here. So in Java, a class cannot directly access the grandparent members. So it refers to a child-parent class relationship, whereas class extends the child class. Get it? So next one is hierarchical inheritance. So when two or more classes inherits a single class, it is known as hierarchical inheritance. So in hierarchical inheritance, one class serves as a superclass or base class for one or more subclass. So in this image shown here, the class serves a base class for the derived B and C. So this example refers to a child and parent class relationship where more than one class extends the same class. So the next one here is the multiple inheritance. So in multiple inheritance, one class can have more than one superclass and inherit features from all parent classes. So for example, in this example, so class C extends both class A and B. So this is a multiple inheritance. So multiple inheritance is a feature object of multiple inheritance is a feature of object-oriented programming, whereas a class can inherit properties of more than one parent class. The problem occurs when the exist method with the same signature in both the superclass and subclass. So in this image shown here, it refers that the concept of one class extending more than one class, which means a child class has two parent classes. So it is possible, guys. So the next and the last one is the hybrid inheritance. So hybrid inheritance is a combination of multiple inheritance and multi-level inheritance. A class is derived from two classes in multiple inheritance. However, one of the parent classes is not a base class, so combination of more than one types of inheritance in a single program. So it is a mix of two or more above type of inheritance. So since Java doesn't support a multiple inheritance with classes, the hybrid inheritance is also not possible with classes. So in simple terms, you can say that hybrid inheritance is a combination of single and multiple inheritance. So a typical flow diagram would look like a hybrid inheritance can be achieved achieved in the Java in the same way as the multiple inheritance can be. So using interface, So yes, you have heard that, right? By using interfaces, you can have multiple as well as the hybrid inheritance in Java. So that's it. So the next one who will present is my friend and my groupmate, Mark Luis Fernandez. He will try to code and explain what is the inheritance too. So thank you guys. I hope you will understand what I am talking about, and sorry for the wrong grammar, I think, and the misinterprets. So I hope you will understand and you will learn something from the inheritance. So thank you guys and God bless. Stay at home.
Okay, so what I have here is a little bit of an example of inheritance implemented in Java. So we have three objects here car, truck, and motorcycle. Now, we have 5 classes here. We have the main class, the vehicle class, the car class, the truck class, and the motorcycle class. Now, if we look to the vehicle class, here we have the methods turn on, turn off, and horn, which basically what a vehicle can do. So we have the method turn on, which outputs vehicle turned on, turned off, which outputs turned off, then the method horn, which has beep beep. Now we have the class car, which has the keyword extends vehicle. Now this basically means that whatever the class vehicle has, the class car has. So basically, whatever methods that we put in here, the car will be able to use them when we call them. So when we run the program, you see that all the methods that the vehicle has, the car was able to use them. Then we move on to the motorcycle class. So the motorcycle class also has extends vehicle, but it has a specific feature, which is the method side stand. So the method side stand prints in side stand position. So when we run the program, let's just cross this out for a bit. So when we run the program, you see that the motorcycle also printed what the car had, but since the motorcycle has a unique feature, which is side stand, you see that there's also a new text printed which says side stand positioned. Next, we go on to the truck class. So the truck class also has the extends keyword and also inherits from the vehicle class. But we see that the truck class also has the horn method, which already exists in the vehicle class. We call this overriding. Overriding basically means that you take over, or basically you override what's in here to here. So basically you replace the old method with a newer input, which is Hong Kong. So when we run the program, we see that the horn method from the truck class is different from the others. So to summarize, we have learned that you can inherit methods from a class to another class by typing the extend keyword to a class. So today we have learned what inheritance basically is, and I hope you find this tutorial helpful, and I'll see you in the next time. Thank you.